Hey, good afternoon. Keith Andrews here. I'm actually in Alpharetta, Georgia. That's a northern suburb of Atlanta. Every fourth Thursday, I drive over here from Birmingham, and Eric Clark and I host what we call a lunch and pitch,
Okay,
where we invite
sorry about that. There's something wrong with my phone. Okay, now go
as
ahead.
far. Hey, Barb, you're not muted. You want me to mute you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now you're unmuted. Okay, now you're muted. Good. All right. So we do this every fourth Thursday, and so we invite CRE people and ancillary services. So we had a commercial inspector in here today. We had a trust fund lady here today. We had a investment banker here today, just to come in, sit down, meet us, or we all meet each other and talk about something. You know, if you have a property listed or see, let me get Barb here. If you have a property listing or need or whatever. And we spend about 2 hours together outside of the lunch side of it. It's been great. We also have opportunity to talk about EXP commercial at that moment in time. And we just finished up and I had to step out of where I was. Now, where we are, if you want to go to a website, it's called Work at Thrive, workatthrive.com. And it's co-working. And they are expanding rapidly. And their business model at this moment in time is they're in acquisition mode. So if by chance, and I talked to the business brokers here, Chris and some others that are here, if by chance you know some small, like 1, 2, or 3 location co-working spaces out there, they might want to consider being acquired and getting out of the business. Thrive is in the market to look at them and go through that. Okay, this is anywhere in the country. If you pull it up, they're in Georgia. It's where they started. They're in the Carolinas. They're in Alabama. They got one location, Birmingham, and they're in Colorado and Montana. Or maybe they're not in Colorado yet, but they're in Montana, believe it or not. So they're open to any opportunities. The bigger picture is they're bringing their business model and their resources, and they're actually joining EXP Commercial. The two owners have real estate licenses, and they're moving them under into EXP Commercial. So it's in our organization, you know. And when I say ours, it'd be in Jim Wong's organization because it'll be in my line. You know what I mean by all that. So they're coming on board. But the beautiful thing is, we're going to take their platform, we're going to take our platforms, and we're going to take CCCs. You've heard about contractors, connectors, and closings. You've heard about that one. We're taking those 3 together, and we're going to be, you know, expanding upon whatever could be possible in the CRE world, having other resources working together. So anyway, that's what's happening. And that's where I am right now. So you'll get to meet those guys in the near future. I'll get them on these meetings on weekly basis so they can talk about their stuff, just like Tommy by accident talked all about what he did 2 weeks ago. Okay. So I talked too much. That was a lot. That was 5 minutes of talking. I apologize. I'm on a different time frame. I'm at 15:05. I'm on Eastern time right now, so I got to remember that. Anyway, so welcome, guys. I don't see anybody new. Luis, you've been on here before, right? You were on and you introduced yourself. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Luis rode with me over to Birmingham or over to Atlanta and attended. Okay, so today is what, March 27th. Anybody got anything exciting you want to bring up? We want to start talking about? Anybody? If not, I'm going to call on people about certain things.
I got something.
Go ahead, Dorothy, up in Boston area.
I am totally focused.
All right.
I only do things I like to do. And if I don't really like to do that, I pass it off on a referral. I figure a little piece of pie is better than no pie at all, because I usually end up with no pie if I try to force myself to do something I don't like. And so I have a lot of training in working with investors, multifamily, and ancillary commercial and developers and builders. I can talk their lingo. As a newbie, my first wholesale was $50,000 spread. And the coach said, "Oh my God, people usually do 2 or 3,000." I said, "Well, you didn't tell me." So I have reverted to be the same kid I was when I was 7 years old, standing there looking at the other kids, thinking, man, if I wait for these kids to think of something fun to do, we're still going to be standing here when we're 75 years old. Ugh, that will not be fun. And I said, come on. And the first thing was breaking and entering a construction site. And for the next 5 years, woo, that's where I learned about real estate.
Right. And you are fluent in French, right?
Oui, monsieur. Et ça revient, c'est beaucoup mieux que la semaine dernière, même. Et même les Français qui sont ici ont répété que oui, j'ai fait bien.
You got that, Paul? That
Is there
didn't
somebody
sound,
else?
that
I really
didn't
just-
sound
I really-
Slovakian, did it?
Anyway, yes, I speak French.
Okay. Paul, welcome Dorothy. She's been here. She comes on and off. I've known her for almost the same time we've had EXP commercial. Believe it or not, we're looking at 4 years and 5 months.
Mhm. Break and reverse, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Barbara, did you want to say something? You unmuted, but Max had his hand up. Nope.
Where is she from? I'm sorry, I didn't hear where she's from.
Who, Dorothy? She's in Boston.
Thank you.
We say that
Max.
Boston.
Yeah,
Max,
Keith,
you
that
had your
was
hand up.
the website you said for the co-working group.
Work at
Sharp,
Thrive.
sharp, 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 sharp,
Work at what?
Thrive.com.
Spell-
THRIVE.
Oh, work at Track.
Luis will probably put it in the chat, knowing him.
So Keith, those offices are supposed to be kind of swanky, I thought I heard. Does it look good there?
It has varied. They actually have interior designers and have the same concept all across wherever they are. So you start looking at some of the pictures of some of the different cities. Once you get past the outside of the building, you go inside, a lot of it looks about the same. It's pretty cool. You got lots of options. They're a little more,
Are you
They
in an
provide-
isolated booth right now, or they put you in a
I'm
hallway?
in a hallway. I went in the hallway. You know,
Sounds swanky.
yeah, they give you kitchens, they give food, they do coffee and teas in all their areas. They have 3 events every month. They have a breakfast, they have a lunch, and they have a happy hour that they provide to members of Thrive.
How big
Yeah.
is their largest room for capacity?
We just came out of a big, huge meeting room they have.
Oui, c'est vrai.
They have that. You guys see that? Did I lose you?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I lost my Zoom picture there.
It's about
There we
16,
go.
20 people here.
Yeah, Luis is there right now. He's in that room. Yeah, so. Yeah, but they have 2
Yeah.
floors because here's an elevator I'm standing next to. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you go to the website, I'll tell you, there's 8 locations in the Atlanta area. This is where they started. They're building their 9th one. I'm in the Alpharetta location, and he says he has 150 people on a waiting list for the Alpharetta, Georgia location. So they're doing a second location immediately. That's how their concept is really working. So
It sounds a
And-
little bit, it sounds a little bit like what the Success Cafes were gonna do, but they were more of a Starbucks and a meeting place combined.
yeah. Their primo spot to be is close to where people live, and there's a lot of food and stuff right around the Star building. It's crazy. It's a great place. We went out to lunch, just walked out there. Right next door, we had a choice of 10 different things to eat or drink as far as locations to walk into. It was just great, so. So after we do this, we got to do a happy hour. So, right across the alley here or whatever, so it'll be cool. Anyways, does anybody else have something else you wanted to bring up? Paul, in chat, you said, call me. Are you talking to all of us to call you?
No, Tommy.
Talking to me.
Oh, that was
Tommy
Tommy.
wrote something in chat and I just
Uh.
can't remember. But anybody can call me if you got a deal you wanna do.
I love that shirt, Keith. Your new logo wear.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Paul's got his hat
fast.
on. Yeah, Paul's
Oh
got his hat.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And we,
great.
and we have
And-
banners here too. I brought banners with it already on there. I had
Oh
those
my
made already.
gosh.
Yeah. They're at the front doorway and stuff. So Yeah,
I
Hey,
love
just so
that.
everybody knows, if you go to our build a sign, 60% off right now, you got this awesome banner for $15
Wow.
behind me. And I mean, it's a 2 foot by 4 foot.
yeah,
Use it for Zooms or for if you have a building for sale for lease. But
yeah, that's a banner. Yeah, I got
just good to have for the IRLs and stuff.
stand-up ones.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you just take your logo to any print shop for whatever reason, they'll build whatever you want to build, just as long as they have your logos. And Rich has his on his Zoom background, so there you go. And look at Tommy smile. Man, you got all kinds of logos on yours.
You like it?
Wow.
Got my QR code up there. I just put it together this morning. I was like, let's see how that looks.
Well, it looks good from here.
Appreciate that.
All right, so anybody else want to bring up anything real quick before I call on somebody?
Hey, you know what Rich Endelin's doing out there? Rich, on April 1st, is it, with your call? What is the topic?
No, we have no idea what Rich is doing. What are you doing, Rich?
Well, it's the deal exchange. It's it's first and third Tuesdays of every month. April 1st, next Tuesday, will be the next call. So far, we've had 2 calls. We've had 10 deals on the first call, 11 deals presented on the second call, hoping to get 10 or 11 more lined up for next Tuesday. 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You figure out what time zone you're in and then clock on in with us. It's 30 minutes. It's wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I don't want to spend too much time. I want to get in there, get out, get you some deals, and hopefully you have some buyers. We've got some people who are connecting offline. Eventually, when Jim puts the website together, we're going to have everything on the website. So in between calls, you'll have the inventory in case you get a call in between the Tuesdays so that you can check on it. So that's coming. We don't have it yet, but if you ever need anything, just email me and I'm more than happy to send you the slides and in between calls. But next Tuesday, April 1st, 8:30 a.m. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that.
Hey, the reason I brought that up the other day, I got a email from Leah Parker, the designated managing broker in Carolinas, and I'm licensed in North Carolina as well as Tennessee. They did something similar. I don't think they call it deal exchange, but that's what they were doing. And I threw a couple things out that I have listed, and lo and behold, 2 people may have interested buyers or sellers in a couple. So it's really a great thing. And I've got to get on the Rich's. I just haven't made it yet.
Please do, Paul. I mean, we've got some room still. We have a bunch of deals already, but we still have room for a few more deals. We have a simple link for you to fill out a quick form. It can't take you more than a couple of minutes, and we'll create the flyer for you. You don't have to do that work, and just be on the call, and you can present, and you have a good minute or two to present your deal, and then hopefully you can find a buyer for it. And since you mentioned it, I have an exchange buyer that I've been working with now for several months who loves North Carolina. So you have any multifamily in North Carolina, primarily the Raleigh-Durham area, but anywhere in North Carolina, if you have multifamily, let me know, please. This is a strong buyer in an exchange. They got a ton of cash, so the bigger the better. Thanks, Paul.
Sorry, Rich. I thought I muted myself. I was saying goodbye to everybody that was here. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. Yeah, people are stopped by. Okay, listen. I'm gonna ask this question. We've got 2 people here, Tommy and Luis. You've been here at least a month or less. Today we had that discussion in this meeting. Have either one of you, because you're around EXP in that short of time frame, has any opportunity popped up for you because you're at EXP yet in less than a month?
Yes, I'd say for me, I've had a handful of conversations. In my niche, it takes a little bit more education to get over from a time frame perspective. But the short answer is yes. I've had a handful of calls, and I owe Rich and Paul a call as well. So I can definitely say yes.
All right. What about you, Luis?
I actually spoke with I think the 2 owners of the buildings actually that I can say that there's a potential going on there. To me, that's very successful. In about 10 days that I've been here, so still working with them to see. I don't know if they exactly will be doing some business with me, but probably know somebody who can do it. So still working on it.
Right. That's cool. Anybody got any questions of these two fellas? Nope. Okay, my turn. I get to ask. Oh, and as a reminder, when I ask questions, I don't give answers right away, or when anybody else ask questions, I don't give the answers. Half the time, I don't know the answers. So that's why I'm glad the rest of you are here. Dana, Miss Dana, Miss Dana. Miss Dana
Hello.
is who are you, Miss Dana?
I
In
don't
an
know. I'm
EXP
still trying to
commercial.
figure it out. Yes.
Because believe it or not, I keep adding people every week to this meeting and they get the recordings, believe it or not. I get new faces, so nobody knows who Dana is. And since she's an honored guest, because she is somebody in our company, I gotta let her introduce herself.
Oh, well, hi, everybody. I always love to jump into your Zooms here. My name is Dana Berggren. I'm the designated managing broker for commercial in the states of Nevada and Tennessee. So two fun spots. Usually when people are coming towards me, it's for a good time. So fun places to manage for sure. So I'm based in Las Vegas, but I do get to the Tennessee area probably every couple months. I will be there April 24th to the 29th, working on an event with CoStar there, in person in their office, possibly Tuesday, the 29th in the morning for just like a little, meet and greet. I know this is a really busy time of year. I just saw Keith make a face because I think you're probably out of, yes, that face.
CCIM.
Yeah, well, and yeah, I know with a lot of our, we've got the regional rallies at that time. There's just so much happening. So, but that's what I love is like so many of us are doing things in person and we're getting together. So there's no shortage of things to do. And Keith knows I'll jump on a plane and go anywhere, anytime. So, yeah, I'll be in town for those days. I think I'll be in town again in June in Nashville. I know we were talking about possibly doing something in the Memphis area. We've got the big regional rally with some of the regional rallies, if you've seen, have the commercial focus. We'll have commercial leadership at some of the regional rallies, and one of which is in Las Vegas on May 1st. I've already gotten a ton of responses from people who've said that they're coming in from Phoenix, from Utah, from California. So I'm really excited to see some of our so yeah, I'm excited to see some commercial leadership there, and then also some of our commercial advisors from those states will be in attendance as well. I teach the commercial academy. I'm in the commercial lobby for office hours, so anytime anybody needs anything, certainly pop in, let me know. I'm very accessible. So yeah, whatever I can do to help.
Hey, so does anybody need some help from Dana? Okay, let me pivot that into, and all of us, okay, raise your hand if you plan to go to one of those regional rallies. Okay, you got some of us here. Okay, listen. So we're not doing commercial on all of them, as far as it's not geared around commercial 100% where we have an actual table and everything there. So, and most of us here aren't located by a city that we're doing a commercial in. So I just want to ask real quick, if we want to go around the room and toss out, what should you do when you show up at one of these regional rallies that day? How should you be able to benefit, and how should all the people that meet you benefit because you're there that day and you're with ESP Commercial? Can we discuss that? What's the best approach to all that? And Paul walked away because I know he can contribute as well. So does anybody want to start with that? How's the best way for the people who meet you at a regional rally benefit knowing you, and how do you benefit knowing them what's the best approach in one of these regional rallies? And if we have to go back and explain what is a regional rally, that's fine. But who wants to start? Go for it.
I'll go. So I've been to many regional rallies with the Jay and Ashley Nelson group here in Nashville, Tennessee. They've been putting them on for a couple of years now. Plus they do other offshoots, retreats and such in the wintertime. I try to, we're friendly with Jay. I'm in his downline, so to speak. So it would behoove him to have us speak at commercial. And if we can't get on stage and speak, then I ask if I can bring a banner. Can I put some cards on the back table? Certainly can talk to people in the hallways, the back of the room, when talks aren't going on, and pass out cards and stuff. But, wear your gear like Keith's got on, the hat or whatever. Let people know you're the commercial person. And most of these rallies, most of the time it's just me. I've hardly seen one or two other commercial people. So who's going to get all the business? That's where I got my 5 listings from right now, is from hobnobbing with the realty side of the company.
Think I need to grab some new EXP swag then for the Dallas regional event.
You know where to get that?
How'd you know my next question, Keith? That's amazing.
Have you signed in to your dashboard yet
Yeah.
and seen all the tiles?
Yes.
Okay, one of those says brand store, EXP brand store. You click that, and to your left, scroll down the menu and click commercial. And then there it is. Okay. You good? And then I ordered these 2 days after they made the announcement, whenever that was, March 6th or something like that. I went and ordered my 4 shirts. I got black and one of these, as you see. I got a white one of these, and then I got polos of black and a white as well. I ordered the true size. It really works. I ordered extra large, and it fits like an extra large. But it doesn't look real big as an extra large. So if you're on the edge of large and extra large, go extra large. If you're on the edge of 2X, go at 2X is my recommendation from the 4 shirts that I have.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you.
So Paul brought up an interesting point as far as you may be the only commercial person there. So what's happening is the purpose of the regional rallies from day one when they started it was retention and recognition of people have done something in so many different categories the year before. Icons, cappers. I did my first deal. They bring those people up on stage. If you've done a deal, come on up. First, these are the people that come on board. They recognize mentors. They recognize people who are recruiting, bringing people into the company like betas and alphas and leaders and builders. They call those. They recognize a lot of people. Like I say, it's all about residential for the most part. But they only started doing these like 2 years ago. The idea is we're a virtual company, and it's even more important for all of us commercial people that we need to go in person because a lot of us aren't used to not working out of an office. A lot of commercial still is in an office, okay? And so retention purposes means I'm not out here by myself. I don't feel like I know anybody. I don't connect to anybody. You need to go to these. The second thing about these regional rallies, I guarantee you when you go there, and still to this day, I guarantee you, at least a third of those people have no clue that we have a commercial company. They're still sending their clients to their buddies in other companies because they don't want to do commercials. So what are you going to do?
Or
Go
they don't
ahead.
even know, that they can send somebody. They don't even know that, hey, when business is a little slow in residential, go through your warm contact list, your CRM, and start telling your previous clients, your family, your friends, I've got a partner over in EXP commercial, and then just make the phone call and get 20% if the deal goes through. They don't even know that.
That's your job. You go to
Right.
that regional rally in Nashville and Atlanta, or there's one up there somewhere around you, Blair, I forgot where. A regional rally now, I forget. Anyway, you go to those, there's like 15 of them. Okay. You go to those and you've got to initiate that. We're talking about 300-400 people are there, and you may be the only one. Okay. It pays off. It's like Paul said. They get to know you, you get into workplace and you're a member of all these workplace pages and they're out there asking questions and you're posting. Everybody says, oh, I met Keith. I met Paul. Oh yeah. Let me call that guy. That's how it's going to work. That's why I want Tommy to show up in Dallas because he's in Dallas. Okay. Of all places.
I'll be there.
Yeah. And he doesn't just have to do, you don't just have to do what you do in life. You can literally do other transactions if you want to, right? Or you can refer them off to me or somebody. Yeah, I'll pay a referral fee.
I was gonna say, or connect it. So if somebody calls me about gas stations, I'm calling Max or somebody who does gas stations. I mean, I'll just
Yeah.
hopefully get a little bone out of just referring somebody through a referral. You know, it doesn't have to be direct.
So what else should we do at these regional rallies? Anybody got any pointers? We got 17, 18 minutes left before I turn off the recorder. We got plenty of time. Go ahead, Blair. You're muted.
Okay. Out of the two that were held in the Philadelphia marketplace, I attended one. And because I had a relationship with the realty broker, I was invited up on the stage to do a pitch for commercial. Barbara's there and lasted, I guess they gave me about 10 minutes. So if you ask, I think they just may give you the stage. I don't know. I did.
Yeah. And it does work ahead of time. Give it those people. You got to find out who's trying to put it together. Absolutely. The Northeast Regional Rally is in Hartford, Connecticut, Dorothy. It's over in Hartford this time. And Tom is advising that. Tom and Marissa are not putting it together. They're advising the ones that are putting it together. So, and Dana, I won't make your one in Tennessee or Vegas, the Nashville one, because of CCIM down in Miami. Yep. Max will be with me. We always do CCIM together.
Nice.
But what else how do you help the residential agents there in the regional rally? Well, let me point out this first. You know who's there? They're the ones who are producing. They're the ones working. I mean, a scary statistic came from NAR last year that 76% of all the realtors in their organization, that's over 1 million of them, 76% sold either one house or 0 properties the entire year 2024. So you got 24% of the realtors out there working as a career, or you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you that probably the majority of the people at the regional rallies are in that 24%. Yes, there'll be new faces there that haven't done anything yet because they're just getting started or whatever. But I'm going to tell you, they're the ones there that you and them need to know each other. Absolutely. So how can we talk to them? How do we help them help themselves and their clients? What do you guys suggest?
Keith, last week, Sean said that in the DMV rally that
That is DC, Maryland, Virginia. So y'all know
Yes.
that's what DMV is. Okay.
they're going to have a commercial table there. So
Yes, that's one of them. Yes.
I don't know why they all wouldn't, my opinion.
Because we have a small staff in commercial and a smaller budget, they can't be everywhere because if you notice the schedule, they're all over the country in a short time period and they need to be there. Our staff of CCIM, EXP commercial needs to be there. That's why.
Well, we as agents in that region can do it. I mean, that's what we
Exactly.
did in the Philadelphia that Blair was referencing. We had a table there in which we as local, state agents came and represented.
Mm-hmm.
And then, whether they're there or not, I mean, it's up to the local agents to take that initiative. But again, last year in the DMV, they wanted us to pay $500 for a table, whereas the one in Philadelphia said, hey, you can have a table, no problem. So that's another variable to overcome.
Yeah, they didn't realize that we were their compadres. I don't know why they wouldn't charge you $500. You're not a sponsor.
They knew.
Yeah, you're not a sponsor. That's just crazy. Yeah,
Keith, I think sometimes it depends on the venue. If the venue is expensive, they're trying to cover it, so they might want us to kick in a little bit, but I
So
mean,
let me
these
tell you,
have to be paid for.
so what Nancy Dong did, she's in Washington, state of Washington. The event going on there, she reached out to operations, to Sean and Lindy and our folks in operations, John or whatever, and they're actually sending her a trade show set up for that regional rally. So she's making it a commercial regional rally herself, and we'll have everything there, swag and whatever. So I think that's pretty cool. If you feel like you need to do that, reach out to Sean or Lindy or John Letourneau and see if anything's still available if the short time period, see if you can do that or not. That's one suggestion, but go ahead. This is all being recorded, by the way.
Keith,
Yes,
hey, listen, I think we are better off in the long run staying away from trying to recruit the residential agent to become commercial. And this is just my opinion and my experience with
right.
the recent some of these mentees that they come in. First of all, they don't know the lingo of real estate. That's first one. And it makes it so hard try to educate and be father to some of them, try to kind of develop them first to learn the lingo. Because if they have not done a transaction, whether it's residential or whatever, they don't know the ins and outs of a contract. At least if they have done many transactions as a residential agent, they can understand and they can easily, transport it to commercial. That's one. The second is the cost that they have to face to. I have a guy that two of them in the last 2 months or so that was referred to me. And when I started talking to them about the main thing of paying $500 a month compared to the $80 that they are paying, they just freaked out and they said, whoa, that's too much. I mean, 500 to them is too much when they compare it to 80. But the 500, if they look at it and they are commercial producers, if you will, is going to be nothing.
Right.
Okay. And
right.
That's not how they think. They do have to need to be dipped into that real estate business, know there are expenses, there are different things that they got to do, many associations that they got to belong to be able to become successful and become a commercial agent. I am one of the people that started in residential years ago, and then slowly I went into commercial. But it was a journey. It's not something that we see somebody and we have a table and they come in and we say, welcome aboard.
Right. So a takeaway there is when you're at the regional rally and somebody wants to talk to you about commercial, set time outside of the rally. Don't talk about it right there on the spot because that's not why you're there. You're there to let them know you're an excellent resource for them and their clients.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the takeaway. So we know what not to talk about. That was one thing Max brought up. What else do we need to be doing to help them understand what do we mean by we're a great commercial resource for you? And I mean, what else are we supposed to be doing? What do you think? Anybody else got any other suggestions, thoughts? Business brokerage. I don't, there's a lot fewer of you guys in business brokerage. I think you guys need to try to get to this place too, because then they had no idea. They don't even know that. You're where we were when we started EXP Commercial. Nobody knew anything.
Keith,
Yeah, Blair.
on that presentation that I did, as I think everybody knows, I've been around this business for a day or two.
You know,
I had the opportunity years ago to review an MLS, the residential side, and looked at their commercial listings and their success and failure rates. And I put that together in a chart showing that, I don't remember the number offhand, but roughly close to 90% of the commercial listings that residential people were doing and putting in the MLS expired and never got relisted. In other words,
Exactly.
they just failed. And I converted that into the amount of time that they spent and money that they spent on trying to promote those, and then related that to how easy it is for them to refer something to a commercial person and just sit back and not worry about it and collect mailbox money.
great idea. That's a good thing. That's a good
I
thing to
have
bring
that,
up.
I have that presentation if anybody wants it.
You got all our faces?
Um,
I'll send you
I'll
a
put
message.
my
Hey, put
contact
your
in the
put
chat
your
and
email in chat real quick and he'll start writing it down. It's easier. Just put your email in the chat. I want that, Blair. Go ahead, Tommy. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say I want it as well. I'll send him an email.
That's an excellent thing to talk about. Yeah. I did not know that number. So where did you get that number? Just at that local area, or do you think you may say that pertains to a lot of the area of the country when it comes to MLSs?
asking me, Keith.
Yes. Yeah, you're the one that brought it up.
Yeah. At that point, the MLS in the greater Philadelphia market, which is where I was at, covered southern New Jersey, northern Delaware, and a significant part of southeastern Pennsylvania. That MLS, and I had access to that entire database.
All right. We've got 7 minutes left. Anybody want to add to this topic? Okay, we're good.
Yes, Keith.
Keith, just
Okay,
one
go ahead,
comment.
Paul. Wait, Paul.
Yeah, yeah, just one thought, Keith, and it's very generic, but it's very true. And whether it's, again, from the residential perspective, whether it's talking about commercial or business brokerage, it's truly an additional passive income or passive cash flow source. You know, another tool in the toolbox that a residential person has at their disposal that they may not even know about.
Excellent, Chris. Go ahead, Paul.
So one other thing, if you're going to the regional rallies, or even if you can't attend them, one thing I found out is if you could talk to a team leader. For instance, I've got somebody here in Crossville, Tennessee, who's got a decent sized team, 8, 9, 10 agents with him. And if you can talk to that person and tell him what we can do for them for referrals, like they just said, Chris said in business brokerage, or Max talked about commercial, let the team leader know. That way it's one conversation, then he can take it to the team and explain to them. Or maybe you could go buy their team lunch, or just take the team leader out for coffee or lunch if you don't want to spend too much. And once those team leaders know who you are in that area, they'll most likely refer to you. So you could expedite things, by or just talk to a team leader. He'll talk to his team on behalf of you, and they'll do more business and get more money through the referral fees.
Excellent. All right, change subjects, announcements. Blair, what's happening? Barb, what's happening? You're muted, Blair, but are you going to tell us, or are you just trying to find it on your computer? Yeah, he's muted. I'm not going to say anything. I'm waiting on Blair.
I was trying to do it with the space
Go ahead,
bar, but
Blair.
Barb, can you take over? Because I'm trying to grab these emails to send them the information.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Barb. What's happening May 1st?
No problem. May 1st, We are doing our IRL in the Valley Forge, King of Prussia area of Pennsylvania. Have some amazing national speakers coming, and looking forward to some of you attending, as well as sharing the information. So if you know anyone that wants to come, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware region, as well as, you know, check out our list. If you also want to put your information in the chat, if you want us to email you, we are also on Workplace promoting our flyer and information. So if you have questions, reach out to Blair or myself, and we look forward to seeing some of you there.
Have you already got some early bird attendees? I guess that means yes. Blair's shaking his head, yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good. And I think you should go. I mean, if you look at who the speakers are, I think if you're in that area, the Northeast US, you should consider going to that one. Paul.
September 19th in Nashville, Tennessee. The 18th, we may do a pre-party that evening. The 19th will be the IRL Mastermind here, 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. And then we're going to see about doing an after event on Saturday morning.
All right, we're going to say goodbye to Max. Bye, Max.
Bye.
All right, yeah, September 19th, Nashville, May 1st, King of Prussia, north side of Philadelphia. Anybody else want to announce anything before I turn the recording off? I will tell you this. Every fourth Thursday, if you want to hang around people in person, come to Atlanta. Look for our Pitch Fest, we now call it. We used to call it Lunch and Pitch. Now we're calling it Pitch Fest. And we will be doing these in different Thrive locations around the Atlanta area, because now they're coming on board with us. It's a good little partnership. We can utilize their big meeting rooms that they have. It works out pretty great.
It's every fourth
That's
Thursday.
the fourth Thursday of every month. We will be in Atlanta. We've been doing that. Eric and I started up last May, believe it or not, May of last year we started this. So if anybody wants to pop in Atlanta at that time. Regional rallies, you know about those. I can't think of anything else other than you should consider EXPCon. EXPCon is a fantastic place for you and for anybody you have been telling them about EXP. How it changes their lives. They will see that at EXPCon. There'll be hundreds and hundreds, well, thousands of people that can easily relay their story. So that's in October in Miami Beach. Hey, Chris, you got a second? Sure. Hey, everybody. This is Chris Smith, one of the proprietors of Thrive. You're on the recording right now, too.
All right, cool.
I do this meeting every week, just whoever wants to join us in the company to talk about whatever. And
Sure.
we're just I told him about your place here
Great,
today. Is there
yeah.
anything you want to add to this? Like, he's going to be one of the newest faces in EXP commercial.
Yeah, we're just excited to be part of EXP and
Can you hear him? You hear him okay? All right.
our vision is to build a EXP enterprise hub at each of our locations now and into the future. So currently we have 21 locations, 18 are operating right now. The others are in development. We're in
Speak a little louder.
21 cities and 6 states, mostly in the Southeast. But we envision doing 100 more of these in the next 3 to 5 years and building it as a hub for EXP Enterprise through our EXP business. So excited to be part of it and hope to work with you guys in the future.
There are a couple of business brokers on here as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I told them that they can find any existing possibilities.
Yeah,
You'd
and
be
we're
happy
getting ready to
them.
put, we would
Yeah.
love that. And so right now, we're in the midst of finding a capital partner to help us with the roll up.
Okay.
That would include, but not be limited to EXP corporate
Okay.
would be a great partner. Or a raise that we could deploy out through the CRE and business broker network to see what type of investors might be interested in coming together for the total roll up. So it's nice to meet
Any
you.
questions? I've got your website. No questions?
All right. Pleasure to meet
Okay,
everyone.
thanks, Chris. All right. Gonna turn off the recording, okay, so hang on.